This is a mysterious organization that uses zombies as fertilizer. They successfully cultivated precious fresh vegetables by mixing zombies with soil. This place is a renovated basement with electricity and water supply, and the whole hall is playing brainwashing theoretical audio. Every member is busy with their own work. Besides vegetables, they also breed hens, which are their source of food. They combine vegetables and eggs to make delicious egg pizzas. A new woman receives the food and prepares to deliver it to the designated place. Suddenly, she stops and stares at a zombie in front of her, trying to decipher something. Watching this zombie is a spiritual belief of the organization. Every new member must observe it. Only those who understand its essence are truly recognized. Then, a man comes over, claiming that a new member has joined and they need to welcome them. The woman is curious about who the newcomer is. Jason said the patrols saved them from the zombies. Boss Teddy said they were having a rough time of it. After the elevator doors open, the new members turn out to be Luciana and 3 others who came to investigate the mysterious person. They had just arrived in Dallas town and encountered zombies, after which they were brought here. Jason assures them not to be nervous and that they can boldly come out as they won't be harmed. Alicia then leads the way out of the elevator, and they curiously observe the basement. It seems like people are living comfortably, with some even playing chess and mahjong. Wes, puzzled, wonders if this is the mysterious organization. Their doubts are soon confirmed by a painting on the wall that reads, "The end is the beginning." Wes, who loves painting, suddenly feels a strange familiarity with this painting. Jason puts in a cassette and starts a recorder. To Alicia's confusion, Jason explains it's for Teddy, as he is the reason they can live here and is always with them. Alicia curiously asks if Teddy is dead, to which Jason says not to overthink it as he's still alive and they are lucky to be found by them. Apart from Alicia, others are also individually questioned about where they come from. After the plague building and oilfield incidents, they would never reveal the location of the dam. Jason always mentions a person named Teddy, who seems like a savior in his description. He then shows them the vegetable cultivation and the zombie decomposition process. Jason said it takes months to decompose a zombie, and the flesh is used to grow vegetables and the bones are used to feed chickens. Alicia wonders how they can eat such food. Jason brainwashes her by explaining the laws of nature. Althea is puzzled about what all their actions are preparing for. Jason reveals that they arrived just in time as they are preparing to close the door forever. Alicia is shocked by the idea of living underground forever. Jason says this way, they can stay underground forever, which is the new way of survival, and life will reproduce underground. They can't understand these people's thinking. Jason then takes Alicia and others to see their faith. He asks Alicia to look carefully and tell him what she sees. On their territory, Alicia can only pretend to observe and says she sees a zombie that should be buried in the ground. Jason is obviously dissatisfied with her answer, as they hope newcomers see what Teddy saw to be approved by him. Essentially brainwashing. Unsurprisingly, Luciana, Althea, and Wes also see nothing special. After a brief contact, they find out that all new members are brainwashed by them. The only information they get is that they seem to be preparing for some big plan. To find out more, they can only win Teddy's trust. As they were discussing their plans, the people around them began to act hastily. Jason said that the others had returned, and it was time for them to meet Teddy. Soon, everyone at the elevator is waiting to welcome their spiritual leader, Teddy. They are also very curious about what kind of person can brainwash so many people. The lift door slowly opened and out came a man with a different aura than they expected.
I'm starving. Where's Teddy?
Obviously this man is not Teddy. The man simply says that Teddy let them come back first and will arrive later. No one notices the tears in Wes's eyes as he recognizes the speaker as his brother Derek. Wes, tearfully, approaches Derek, calling his name. Derek is also surprised to see Wes here. They are brothers, and Wes has always thought Derek died while searching for food. They can't believe their luck that they are both still alive. Even Wes's painting skills were taught by Derek. They sit together and explain what happened during this time. Derek said that when he went out to find food, he encountered zombies and was saved by the people here. When he went to find Wes, Wes was no longer at the original place. Overall, the fact that Derek is still alive is a wonderful thing. Wes also asked if Derek painted the words on the wall. Derek proudly said he helps people see what he sees. The graffiti they left on tree trunks in the past, although encouraging, was meaningless. Now, Teddy has helped him see different things, making his actions meaningful. Wes realized something was off with his brother and asked what exactly he was doing here. Derek, thoughtful and not answering directly, stood up and said that Wes was not ready yet. When Wes can see on the zombies what Derek sees, then he will truly be ready. Then Derek had to go on duty. Luciana approached Wes, cautioning him to be careful, but Wes firmly believed his brother would not harm him. Luciana reminded him about the oilfield incident, where many were killed and Wes was severely injured and nearly died. Wes consoled himself, believing Derek was unaware of those events. Knowing Derek, he was too kind to do such things. After a day's work, it was finally dinner time. Alicia felt the people here were very abnormal, as if they had entered a pyramid scheme organization. Wes, because of his brother's presence, wondered if the people here might not be bad, and the plague and oilfield incidents were just targeted at Virginia. The others, however, did not agree with his view. At this time, Derek also came over to greet them. Althea could only respond with a forced smile. But soon, Jason came to signal Derek that they had something to do and needed to go to the surface to handle some matters. It seemed that Derek held a high position here. After they left, Althea suggested that Wes take them to Derek's place to see if they could find something.
What the hell was that?
You know where Derek's bunk is?
Under Wes's lead, Althea rummaged through Derek's room, finding nothing but paints. Eventually, Wes discovered something in a jar. Althea recognized the booklet she found. It belonged to her girlfriend's mysterious organization. She began to worry about her girlfriend's safety, fearing the people here had already attacked them. They also found a map marked with Virginia's community, the oil field, and the building, but Wes still refused to believe his brother was involved in such deeds. However, a notebook Althea found left Wes speechless. It detailed every outpost in the area and even had daily records of personnel movements at the oil field. It seemed they had been tracking them for a long time. Wes, heartbroken, believed his brother was misled and resolved to take him away from here. At the moment, Derek is still painting the mural with images of where they attacked. Wes found Derek and said bluntly, "You did all this, didn't you?" Derek was obviously stunned. "Those places were all attacked by you. Why did you do it?" Derek, realizing he could no longer hide the truth, boldly admitted, "You can't understand what I'm doing right now, but it's okay. I couldn't see myself clearly either until I met Teddy." And Wes got angry and said, "He's the one who brainwashed you into thinking that killing was right. I was in an oil field and I was hit by debris from an explosion. I've never been in more pain in my life and I almost lost my life." Derek showed no remorse, insisting it was what Teddy wanted. Wes exclaimed loudly, "I don't care about Teddy or what he represents. Why have you become like this? You've killed so many people. They were good, innocent people. How could you be so heartless to kill them? I know you. This isn't the real you. Come with us. Where I am is a good place. Morgan won't be like Teddy. He won't force you to do anything you don't want to." Derek appeared visibly surprised upon hearing Morgan's name, followed by confusion. "Isn't Virginia ruling that area?" he asked. Wes informed him that Virginia was dead and Morgan had overthrown her. Then Derek began to inquire about the location of Morgan's base. Wes, wisely, did not reveal the dam's location. Instead, he simply asked Derek, "Will you come with us?" Clearly moved by Wes's words, Derek decided to take the risk and leave with them. Taking advantage of the lack of surveillance, they quietly entered the elevator. However, Alicia remained cautious of Derek, questioning what was in his backpack. Derek revealed it contained maps and coordinates of their next target, insisting that taking these materials would prevent harm to others. As the elevator doors opened, Alicia suddenly elbowed Derek and seized his gun. She was unwilling to take the risk of bringing Derek back. Not after being deceived by Dakota. Wes insisted on staying with his brother, arguing that just because Dakota deceived them, it didn't mean his brother would do the same. Alicia argued that they couldn't take the risk, suggesting they return first and then come back for Derek. They needed to leave quickly, but as Alicia turned around, Jason was already waiting for them. They were taken to a strange room, resembling a human experimentation lab, which was quite unsettling. Who knows what they're in for? Althea immediately recognized the equipment as embalming devices. Jason said, "You'll never rot. You just won't be able to return to dust. Because of your actions, you will not be a part of our operation. Tell us where we can find Morgan Jones." Alicia was puzzled about how they knew Morgan's name. Jason, without responding to Alicia's question, demanded to know the location of their base. He had been investigating for a long time and knew it wasn't in Virginia's stronghold. Seeing their reluctance to speak, Jason, infuriated, prepared to use Wes as his first victim. Their equipment was designed to extract human blood and then inject it with a preservative. At that moment, Derek arrived. He urged Wes to answer, threatening to kill him if he didn't comply. It was clear to them that Derek had betrayed them. This group had been actively searching for Morgan, as they were the same people who previously attempted to take the key from him. Derek declared his unwillingness to leave. emphasizing the importance of their work. He insisted that Wes should stay and witness the truth for himself. Derek then says he's going to give Wes one last chance to see the zombies again, and if Wes sees it, he'll understand them. The brothers stood before the zombie, and Derek asked Wes what he saw. Wes rhetorically asks Derek if they knew he was there when they attacked the oil field. Derek didn't answer that question. He just said that people are people, and all he cared about now was what Wes saw. No longer holding out any hope for his brother, Wes says he sees a man who is just like a zombie, a man who can still walk with a rotting heart. Derek seemed pleased with this response, but Wes clarified, "I'm not talking about myself." Wes then tried to take Derek's gun, leading to a struggle. Derek pointed the gun at Wes, showing he no longer cared about their brotherly bond. Wes, in the face of death, explodes with energy and pushes Derek into the zombies, and so Derek was not on by their faith. Wes was heartbroken, but there was nothing he could do. Derek is beyond help, heartbroken but resolute. Wes shot Derek to prevent him from turning into a zombie. Hearing the gunshot, those in the room realized something was amiss. Jason ordered his men to deal with Alicia and the others. The moment Jason opened the door, Wes immediately held him at gunpoint with a gun. Seeing the bloodstains on Wes's hands, they could easily infer what had transpired. Wes ordered Jason's subordinates to back off, but they clearly had no intention of leaving. Althea had no choice but to open a passageway behind them, and they quickly hid inside. They got an axe and wedged it in the doorway, hoping it would hold them off for a while. When Althea turned on the flashlight and shone it forward, a chilling sensation instantly swept over them. They swore it was the most terrifying sight they had ever seen in their lives. Inside the room, there were countless zombies hanging densely from the ceiling. The reason there were no growling noises from the zombies was that their mouths had been stitched shut, and it appeared they had been treated with preservatives to prevent decay. Althea said, "The zombies' mouths have been sewn shut, so if we move quickly, we can get through. Once we're out of this room, we'll be in the underground parking lot." The door behind them wouldn't hold much longer. Despite knowing the zombies' mouths were stitched, they were still incredibly tense, as if living through a nightmare. Althea, holding the flashlight, was last in line, passing the last row. She spotted the uniform of her girlfriend's organization. Her heart raced with anxiety, praying it wasn't her girlfriend. Luciana noticed Althea's hesitation and urged her to hurry. With a trembling heart, Althea lifted the helmet visor of the uniformed figure, revealing a pale face. Thankfully not her girlfriend's. Just as she sighed in relief, the zombies burst its stitched mouth open. Alicia, with quick reflexes, pierced the zombie's skull. Instead of blood, green liquid flowed from its wound. Meanwhile, the door was about to be breached. Luciana and Wes were trying to break through another door to escape. They needed to buy some time. Alicia suggested they needed to destroy the place. Althea mentioned that the preservative was flammable and could be used to ignite the room, and she had matches. Taking the matches, Alicia insisted on staying behind to set the fire and buy them time. She urged the others to leave and deliver the map to Morgan, assuring she would find a way to escape. Without further delay, Wes walked out. Alicia began inflicting wounds on the zombies to spread the preservative throughout the room. The pursuers were almost through the door. The preservative had almost covered the entire room, even spilling outside. Alicia lit the match in her hand, just as her mother had done years ago, dropping the flame at the moment someone entered the door. Instantly, the fire spread throughout the entire room. Wes and his team quickly brought the intelligence they had gathered to Morgan. When they emerged, they saw only a sky filled with fire and people scattering in every direction. Alicia might have escaped as well. This was their first close encounter with that mysterious group, narrowly escaping becoming their fertilizer. But their ultimate goal remained unknown. From Althea, they learned that this group was searching for Morgan, but even Morgan didn't understand why. Now, their urgent task was to find Alicia. They decided to send people to search near the parking lot. Unknown to them, Alicia, after starting the fire, had been captured by the Holdings people and was locked in the room previously used for processing corpses. With the door jammed, Alicia quickly looked for some weapons to defend herself. Soon, someone opened the door and in came Harvey and Jason. Alicia asked them what they planned to do with her. Jason said that the zombies she burned were their future fertilizer, and they intended to turn her into the same to atone for her sins. Then, Jason signaled Harvey to deal with Alicia and left the room. In their eyes, Alicia was just a weak woman, an easy target for Harvey. He didn't even look at Alicia but instead started up the machine. Harvey said it would be less painful if she cooperated, and he rather gentlemanly asked Alicia to lie down on the operating table. Unmoved, Alicia remained still, losing patience. Harvey prepared to take action himself. Seizing the moment, Alicia tried to escape, but the door was already locked from the outside. Harvey adjusts and flips Alicia to the ground again, followed by a kick to the stomach. Before Alicia could catch her breath, Harvey lunged at her with his weapon. Luckily, Alicia dodged the attack and pressed on Harvey's injured eye. Taking advantage of Harvey's momentary pain, Alicia kicked him away and grabbed a machine syringe from the table. As soon as the needle plunged in, Harvey lost his ability to move. His blood began to flow into the tube, and within 30 seconds, Harvey lay motionless on the floor. His death was gruesome, his blood drained and replaced with preservatives. Alicia, having suffered internal injuries from Harvey's kicks, was now in a weakened state. The door opened again, and Jason entered, furious at the sight of Harvey on the floor. Another man accompanying Jason stabbed Harvey's head with a knife to prevent him from turning into a zombie. The man then asked Jason to leave, wanting to speak with Alicia alone. Despite her exhaustion, Alicia confidently said, "It seems you're the leader of this crazy group." Teddy, an apparently wise old man, knew Alicia by name, suggesting Jason had already briefed him about her. He told Alicia, "Don't be nervous. If I wanted to kill you, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We have much to learn from each other." Alicia was not interested in Teddy's brainwashing. She retorted, "Cut the nonsense. You can't kill me. I'll fight to the end." Teddy, slightly angered, said, "You and your friends destroyed everything we worked hard for. Years of effort. You ruined it. No one else will forgive you, but I believe you are a warrior. Every ending is a beginning," he continued, but Alicia didn't understand what he meant. Teddy got straight to the point. "I want to save you, Alicia." Alicia laughed mockingly. "I don't need your salvation." Teddy smiled. "I know you don't believe in all this, in us, but you will. I've always been looking for someone like you." Meanwhile, Morgan was unaware that Alicia had been captured, and it seemed that there was also trouble with Grace.